Okay, so it's the next day. I am going to say a few things, and I'm going to add in what I did. Oh my God. I spent hours and hours and hours and hours on it, on the computer, and needless to say, I fried my eyes. Because, you know, I'm working with funky glasses, switching things around, and working with glasses that, you know, it's so hard to focus in between looking at the computer and doing paperwork, which actually, my old school glasses from 2000 and, oh God, maybe 5, 7, these ones, I can actually look on the computer with them. I discovered that yesterday. As long as I move them around, right? And then I can also do paperwork. So that's what I was doing, back and forth with these glasses yesterday for hours and hours and hours, trying to work on that trademark stuff and whatnot. But I can't get into that federal site for whatever reason, even though I did everything I was supposed to do, as far as I know. I verified twice, 2 separate times, 2 different things, 2 different ways. Anyway, I paid for the website and I paid for the domain. Now, I know a lot of people don't care about that stuff, simply because they would never do it themselves. That would be the only reason. They wouldn't have the gumption or anything to do with founding a nonprofit and doing what I've done for the last 25 years with it. Tried to anyway. Tried to. Now, when I went to ask James about, you know, having a guy come by and start with the morning glory, and then we'll see what happens from there, because if I'm going to start getting gaslighted and being told that I don't pay enough money and yada yada yada, oh, just forget it. Like, I don't even have money for this stuff. I shouldn't have to pay for this stuff. Any kind of yard work, porch work, stair repairs, whatever. But we'll just see what I can squeeze in. We'll see what I can squeeze in, because I'm already paying for all that other stuff I talked about. And so when I was over there in the garage, I started to dance a little bit. Right? So I haven't been to a bar in well over 10 years. Yeah, well over 10 years. Probably, well, I don't know if I ever went to a bar since I've been in this house, honestly. Maybe I did go to a bar. I don't remember. I don't think so. I was too dirty with dirt, algae, grit, sand, mud. I was too exhausted to be going to the bar. I was always in the yard, and then just doing household shit, holding down the fort for 9 people at one point. First couple of 2-3 years, there was like 9 people in the house. 4 years, 5 years into it, and yard work. So who's got time to go to a bar? Anyway, I said, we need to start a little dance club. Right? We need to, start a little dance club. Somebody said something to me, some guy, right? What was his name? I can't remember it right now. Anyway, he goes, let's go. I'm like, let's go. He goes, yeah. And I said, okay, you want to show leadership? All right, I'll be your partner for now. I'll compete with you. It was like I said, that's what I'll compete. You dance, I dance. We compete, right? You show leadership to get everybody motivated to start a dance club. You know, because everybody's so angry and frustrated. Well, not everybody, but oftentimes, you know how it is, right? You know, people get, you know, the world is hard. Like, you know, us average folks, we've got a lot of negative forces up against us. And, you know, like I said, some of these people over there, they're already homeless. Some of them are facing homelessness. Some of them have lost their kids to social services, you know, because of bullshit or whatever the bullshit was for their circumstances. And, you know, it's just, you know, they're working, but they're not making or whatever it is. Everybody's got their unique story, right? Okay. And I'm like to this dude, I said, okay, you wanna go up against me? Let's go. So we go in the garage, right? This is a big open floor, right? And I'm like, all right, let's go. Now I have to remember, I haven't been in a bar for years, like really, you know, I used to be a very good dancer, right? Very good dancer. So I started moving around, and I went up to him and I bumped him, right? It's like, come on, let's go, right? You know, and then you know how you do this little thing? You know, you when you're dancing, you go ooh la la like this, right? So I did that. Oh my God. I'm telling you, by the time I actually scared him away. Yeah, he got cold feet, and because I took charge. Yeah, I guess he didn't like that, right? And he grabbed his bag. He was getting ready to go. Yeah. You're not a cock. You're a chicken. Bop, 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 bop. Like, I can. Everybody. No, well, I wouldn't say everybody, but the majority, because not everybody likes you in a crowd, right? There's always somebody lurking, right? But for the majority of the people, when I come into contact with them, whether once or over a period of time, because I go back and forth, visit once in a while, you know, because we're talking about the foundation now. James got me going over there with the foundation now, right? You know, we love you. You're such a nice person. And, you know, I crack jokes. I get everybody laughing. And, you know, you're such a motivational speaker. And, I'm like, we love you. You know, thank you for making me feel what I'm feeling right now, because, you know, I make them feel happy. Just with whatever it is that's being discussed at that time. And I say, well, that's only because I've been a community activist for a long time. And, you know, I had 5 kids. I raised 5 children, and yada yada. Got a lot of life experiences, and, you know, I still got my eye on the prize, and, you know, I believe in the people, and I can see what's going on, and, you know, and yada yada. So, anyway, the guy leaves, right? Now, okay, I'm in there now, just kind of like this. And another one kind of trickles in, and I'm like, we're cracking jokes about, you know, so-and-so running off with his tail between his legs, because, you know, he wasn't up for the challenge to compete with me with a dance, right? And next thing you know, he comes back in, like within 5 minutes, 10 minutes, he's right back. And I'm like, oh, so you came back? Okay, well then, let's go. Come on, show me what you got, right? Because this is, you know, little dance competition. People are laughing and stuff, right? And I'm doing my moves, and he's doing his moves, and then another one comes and starts dancing. I'm telling you, people, by the time I was done, right, there was like 6 other people dancing. Yeah. That dude, the first one that I was competing with, he ended up taking off his shirt, right? Because it was getting hot in there, right? And I guess he thought he was sexy or something. I don't know. But anyway, you know, right? And then another one comes, and somebody put a plate in the middle of the floor, and I'm like, okay, everybody gets their space, right? You know, so right. The Native woman came, and she come up, and she looking at me, and I'm like, what's up? Like, you know, why are you in my face? Oh, well, you know, she laughing, and right? And I'm like, okay, right? And then some white dude showed up, and, you know, he was sitting there, and looking at us, and, you know, and I said something. Next thing you know, he jumped up, and he took off his shirt, and he started doing the Eminem, right? And I'm like, oh, we got Eminem in the house. We got some new moves, right? You know, because I'm cracking jokes as I'm doing this, right? And I mean, I'm like, seriously, I had like 6 people up there freaking dancing. But the guy that walked away, my competitor, he actually won. I conceded. Because what happened was, you know, I haven't danced in, oh God, I don't even know how many years, people. Like, honest to God, I don't. I don't ever remember going to a bar from this house. I don't. So you can say at least a guaranteed 10 years since I haven't been to a bar. Maybe even 15. Because I've been in this house 15 years. But I got 6 people up and dancing and having a blast and cracking jokes. And didn't want to stop dancing. But the guy that I was competing with, I had to concede because, you know, I've been spraying tea tree oil in the house with the water and the bug spray, and, you know, it's been hot and heavy, and Amari lays on my chest, and so, you know, an hour into it, I was having a hard time breathing, right? Like catching my breath. So, I mean, he was younger than me. He was 20 years younger than me. So, you know, he still had a whole lot of oomph to go with it. But after, you know, about 45 minutes of doing hard, you know, core or whatever I was doing, right, you know, and because it motivated everybody. You see, that's the thing. It got everybody up and doing it for themselves. And I said, there you go, guys. Now we just need to put together, you know, some sort of a dance club. So that's one of the program developments that we're going to work on. James is on the, and then James brings out the mic, and he's talking on the mic, and he's cracking jokes, and yeah, a couple nights before there was like, I don't know, ambulance over there, police over there. It's like, you know, it's like, gee, I went over there and I said, James, are you okay? Like, yeah. He goes, yeah. I said, I didn't come by because I didn't want to be no nosy neighbor. But, you know, like, you know, we need to start a dance club or something, like, you know, make people laugh and feel good about themselves and, you know, blah, blah, not drop the ball on the foundation. He goes, yeah, okay. And I said, okay, well, I'll show leadership. I'll go in there and I'll, you know, right. And this guy said, dance, you know, you can't dance. And I said, yes, I can. He goes, well, I think I can dance better than you. And I'm like, yeah, okay, well, if you think so, let's go. Show me your stuff, you know, compete with me, right? That's all it took before we had 6 people up there dancing. Yeah, and Eminem with his, you know, rave down, you know, his, you know, bouncing, right, and he had his own little footwork. I could see it, right. I don't see very well, but I can see, you know, certain things, right. And I said, oh my God, I said, like, you know, you got the Eminem, right, you know, with the style, with the, right, and you know, you got some serious footwork going on there. Like, you need to practice this when you go home, because, you know, if we get a dance competition going, you got some serious style of your own here. You know, he just liked hearing it, people, right? So yeah, he was just in there dancing up a storm with everybody else that wanted to dance. Jane come in, he looking, everybody laughing and dancing. Oh yeah. You know, that's what I mean. Like, you know, like, fucking people are so stupid. Like, I don't know what these social workers have for me, but, you know, again, I'm not doing anything wrong, right? You know, like, I'm trying to be a motivational speaker. You know, I'm looking at hundreds of people throughout a period of time that are either facing direct homelessness in the ASAP now, or they are homeless, right, in terms of, right, and or if they're in situations like mine where we have housing, maybe we have a bit of housing security for a while, but once we lose the house we're living in, or apartment, or whatever, that's it. We're out. Like, it's, right? And these social workers, they know it. And so, you know, this is where the government is using those employees to hide the corruption within our society. And, you know, that's where it warrants going to some sort of a court setting to hold the government to account. You know, I don't think it's a human rights tribunal, because I don't think that would be strong enough to you know, push back on a government that's corrupt by setting people up for homelessness so that their families fall apart. They use the kids, right, to change the dynamics in the house, And then, eventually, like they'll just show up and it will be a new thing, and then it could be another thing, and like you just don't know. And right, I mean, and they can go to drastic measures, like where they just swoop into fucking daycares and take out children illegally, and then take it into court where the judges stall for time, right? And you know what I mean? And then when you hold your ground, you try and take it for court because to trial, because you know that what they did was wrong. And, it drags out for 15 months like it was in my case with Sierra and Andre. Then they come back in and they smooth it over and they make a bribe. And they, they tell you, well, if you don't take the bribe, you'll be fighting for another 6 months in court. At least that's another 6 more months before you get your grandchild home. And by after 15 months and everybody being suicidal in the house, it doesn't matter who it is, grandpas, grandmas, aunts and uncles, and fathers and mothers and brothers and sisters. I mean, the whole house. All it takes is one child to make the whole house suicidal at the hands of a social worker. Because that's what my family went through. And then you multiply that from house to house to house to house, right? In terms of all these vulnerable families falling apart, because of, right? They're barely hanging on just with their basic bills and paying the rents that they're paying now, and then they lose their housing because of the housing corruption and the politics in the province. And the social workers, they come in, they say, oh, well, we're here just to help you. No, you're there to smooth over what the government's doing so that the government can continue being corrupt and not be held to account. Because otherwise, if I could move, like really move, make plans to really move and start fresh with Amari's needs in mind and Andre's, and then everything else is secondary outside of a functioning kitchen and a functioning laundry room. And I guess you could say somewhat reliable storage for those household goods that you keep around for whatever reason, or whatever, or whatever, or whatever, right? Those social workers wouldn't have as many doors to knock on, to keep their portfolio full and take out kids from one family, bankrupt that family, to prop up another family and put them into a middle-class lifestyle where they're getting good money being foster parents, and some of these instances subsidize housing through these charities that run those types of non-profits where they foster children. So, it's a dual payment, right? Right? I'm just saying. So anyway, yeah. So, I'm working on the banks, right? Riley hasn't been able to deal with Van City at this point because he's like in the middle of a contract, so he can't take a day off to go to the bank and sit down with a bank manager and sign a John Henry. So the last 2 appointments that were made for that, he couldn't make it. So now we're at, well, gee, can't we just hook up with, can't Riley just come to the bank when he has a moment and just call for the manager of the bank to deal with Riley, and then once his signature's on there, then we can sign up James and yada yada. And then once that's done, then, just keep plugging along, like, I don't know. I have to write so that they can read over there what we're trying to do. Some of them know, right? But it's a slow process because I don't go over there very often. It's not like James. He'll push it. He'll ask for members, and he got something like signed, like a whole bunch of people to agree to become paying members, but they just didn't have the money because everybody's basically poor, right? We're all below that income. We're all at the poverty line. Some of us are the working poor. Some of us are on welfare, just barely sustaining ourselves, using our credit cards like me, just so that we can have a bit of a normal life. And then there's others that barely get a welfare check, right? Probably are homeless, so they don't get the housing part of it, or housing. They sure in hell don't have no credit cards. Like, if I didn't have credit cards, half the stuff I do online for the nonprofit, I couldn't do it. You need credit cards. Like, it's stupid. You can't even, I couldn't even buy that fish and those chicken claws with my bank card. I had to buy it with a credit card. Yeah, because they don't accept bank cards, that T&T online. Go figure. Yeah. So, you know, I don't know. I don't want to drop the ball. Right? I want to do hats, and, you know, like I said, I do want to get into my sewing and sew a few do-rags, because there's people over there would like to have that. Just as a sample to show maybe, you know, what we could do at some point and produce our own. How we'd market them or do whatever, I don't know. Right? To help fund the foundation. That's how I present it, right? But of course, you know, people are going to want to get paid, and yada-dee-yah-yah, and that goes back to being poor, and yada-dee-yah-yah. So, but it, you know, it never stops me from trying. So yeah, I'm kind of on the cusp of starting a dance club. Clearly they want to dance, laugh, feel good, be happy, you know, express themselves, because if they didn't, not one person would have stood up and danced. But it took me to get it started. And the buddy that wanted to challenge me on it, right? And even then, at first, he got scared and he ran out. And then he came back because I called him on it. Oh, you're not a cock. You're just a chicken. Bawk, bawk, bawk. Right? People laughing and they're chuckling. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Like, who's next? Come on. Bring it on. Outdance me. And that dude came back. And in the end, he did. I was... you know, I had Uncle John's cane with me. He took my cane. He was dancing with the cane. I was dancing with the cane a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, so... But we need a different environment. So I always tell them, like, we need to get more like a community center type environment. But you're looking at a lot of money. And then you're looking at city codes, you know, and this and that, and blah, and blah, and blah. Licensing and blah. So you're looking at thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Why do you think I'm already $50,000 to $100,000 in debt because of this nonprofit? $50,000 on the books. Well, I haven't done the books for a while, and I've kept it really, really low on the low ball for years and years and years since I've been in here. So I probably put it at probably $38,000, $40,000. But in the old days when I was out and about doing everything that I did, anything that I bought, that like musical instruments or whatever, computers or freaking canopies and all that stupid tables and just stuff like that, it all came out of my pocket, my credit card, wherever. And yeah, so you can put it at an easy peasy $100,000 trying to promote a nonprofit that clearly a government doesn't give a rat's ass about, because they have no problem putting everybody into the poorhouse and then going in and having their social workers come in and scoop up on the vulnerable kids to prop up the middle class that they favor, the government favors, to make it look like the economy is running smoothly, when in fact it's highly corrupt, with a serious problem in the underground community underground economy, where there's a lot of heinous crimes going on, where vulnerable people are losing their lives and being trafficked in multiple ways before they even lose their life, as well as their bodies are still being trafficked in death after death through that illegal organ harvesting network. And most people, they don't know what to think, you know, in terms of once they get caught up on that freaking hamster wheel. You know, it's not easy breaking out of poverty. It's not. You can't. It's almost impossible. Unless you're willing to do something really freaking drastic and you know, go on OnlyFans and sell your soul for a house. I'm just saying. Right? Like Tamika Johnson. So she can wander in it by herself with no children in it when she gets old. Yeah. Oh, well, maybe she might have a kid in 5 years from now when she's 35. Maybe she'll have one when she's 40. Maybe. That's assuming she can have them. I'm just thinking she's barren. I don't think she could even get pregnant. And even if she could, she'd probably just miscarriage. Yeah. Some women just weren't meant to get pregnant. Yeah, but I don't care about that. What do I care about? I don't care about that. So, yeah, so I'm not going to second guess myself on this. You know, that $1,000 what I'm going to be spending just to keep the foundation alive, assuming I can re-register this trademark in a timely manner here, now that I kind of cutting it close and I'm having difficulties using online services. That gives Andre 10 years to learn how to make these kind of hats. It's okay for Andre to grow up to be a little charitable. I think it would be good for his character. Right? So, doing it for the grandkids first. And then, of course, I'm doing it for the people. Just in the event of we get that dance club going. And, you know, I'm like, you know, okay, guys, if you're thinking about dancing and you want a little dance club, well, then you better think about what you're going to spruce yourself up when it comes to costumes. Because you know we want to take it to the next level, right? You know, that's what I mean by being a motivational speaker. People like that. They're not used to it. Oh, you're such a nice person. Oh, we love you. I love you. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so happy. I haven't felt this way for so long. And like, I get guys over there crying tears sometimes through that motivational speaking part on my, or whatever it is that I'm trying to do to uplift, right? Yeah. And these social workers are one big party pooper, I don't know, band of lost women trapped into a government paycheck that corrupts some of them. Corrupts them. Yeah, maybe not all of them, but some of them. So I ain't gonna worry. So that's why I'm gonna put the other half, because I was debating whether I should put that up there, because I know what some people go, oh, you got social workers riding your ass, and yada yada. You're talking about OnlyFans going to go get lower if it gets real ugly and down and dirty, but yet you're like re-registering a federal trademark that nobody cares about. Like, how stupid are you, Judy? This just shows how stupid you are. Well, when that guy started doing his Eminem moves, I thought that was pretty cool. And I thought it was pretty damn cool when he got up there, took off his shirt, because we already got the first dude that was the chicken and then came back to be a cock. with his shirt off. So I guess it was a shirt off between the two guys, one white, one black, because the other guy, the M&M guy, he looked kind of white to me. So he didn't look black. So, you know, like, you know, he was not no African, let's just put it that way, right? You know, and he took off his shirt. He took off his shirt even before he started dancing. And then he started his M&M moves with his little foot shit going on. And I'm like, holy crumb, you can do a good job, man. Like, you know, you need to practice this when you go home. If you were, like, if you wanted to, you know, if we can get this going, like, you got your own style going on there, bro. You know, like, step up to the plate. And yeah, he danced for quite a long time with the group, because another one before you know it, there was like 6 of us around. Yeah. 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 And everybody, when they walked away, they felt good. They felt empowered, and they felt good. And that's what negative people don't like about me. That's what jealous people and spiteful people don't like about me. That I can actually motivate a crowd within enough given time. I used to work with 60 kids at Gateway Place in a courtyard over a period from 10 in the morning until 10 at night. That's a 12-hour shift, with the parents coming in and out in between, checking up, whatever. But for the most part, it could be a group of 5 kids, it could be a group of 25 kids, it could be a group of 40 kids, within that 12-hour period. And then it might go back down to 15 kids, either or. I went through 60 kids within 12 hours, where there's a height of a large group of kids. And I was basically the only one running the show, because the parents trusted me with what I was doing with them out there. Whether it was with crafts, building birdhouses, musical instruments, water play in terms of bringing out pools and setting up sprinklers and long ropes for tug-of-war, that kind of stuff, right? Snacks, right? School, we did homeschooling with that file folder thing that I showed you in the hall that's sitting there. I'd bring out something like that with a bunch of file folders in there. Maybe that's why that's got more file folders in there, because I used to do that stuff, and that could be a remnant of leftover from those days. And they'd have their little own books where we would, you know, I'd bring out like big bags full of dinosaurs and animals, like, you know, those plastic dinosaurs and big plastic animals, and oh yeah, and I do that 3-4 times a week. So it's not any different than trying to start a dance club. It's just the kids are older. That's all. They're just older kids. And I'm not saying that these adults over here are kids, because they're not. But what we're doing is we're getting in touch with the inner child to help heal the adult. Because a lot of these people are broken because of what happens to them over a period of time. Like what's happening to me over a period of time, with just other people trying to ruin our lives and hurt us for control. And then, you know, it's not easy to heal from that. So yeah, I'm working on starting a dance club. Don't ask me how I'm going to accomplish it. But from what I could tell, it's definitely something people want. So I might have to, I don't know. We need you know, a storefront. Not I don't know what to call it, but you know, you need But you're looking at thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars just to run a place, like a little community center. That's what I tell James. We need to shoot for a community center. And plus we want to try and build in a housing initiative. Right? Maybe a boarding house or something. I don't know. You know, I discuss it with him every now and then. Because I say, you know these people. What do you think? What can we do? How do you think we can do it? Oh, I don't know. It's going to be difficult. You know, yada yada yada. I said, yeah, I know. Because I've dealt with that in a different situation when I had that, you know, similar. Like I've dealt with it. Because they're all poor. That's the problem. Everybody's poor with no resources. And they're coming in traumatized, right? Some of them more traumatized than others. And, you know, I don't know. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't keep trying. So anyway. So that's part of the reason why I'm hanging on to the foundation. Yeah. I'm not ready to give it up yet. Riley's not ready to give it up yet. Steve's not ready to give it up yet. I told Riley, I don't know if I want to pay for a park. You know, do you want to pay for a park? He said, no. I said, no, I know. I don't really want to pay for a park, like a park event, you know. Right? If these people over here would step up and start paying members' dues, then maybe that could pay for the park. But at this point, we're not even there yet because James can't motivate them enough to do it. To pay, right? To pay the $20 a year because they don't know enough about it. They don't necessarily believe it. But as more and more, you know, come into contact with me and, you know, if I can write something or, you know, or start the dance club or something, or then maybe they'd be more apt to. But then, you know, if your welfare check is only $500, right? For the month, and you're homeless, how can you pay $20 for 1 year? In their minds, that $20 is something else. Or even for people that have money, you know, are working or whatever, and just whatever, like, why should I pay $20? That's $20 in the gas tank, for crying out loud. That's the hurdle. So, but it costs nothing to dance. Right? Nothing to dance. Yeah. And clearly they want to dance. Because if they didn't want to dance, they wouldn't have gotten up and started dancing. And clearly they wanted to be acknowledged with their skills, because if they didn't do that, they wouldn't have joined the competition. Right? I'm just saying. Okay, so now I'm working on the foundation here. Oh my God. I have to pay for my pro hosting for 12 months for my website, which is $288 for the year. I guess it's at $24 a month, which isn't too bad. And then they give me a nonprofit discount of $84 off of that. But I have to pay for the domain name, which actually runs every 2 years. Yeah, it's a 2-year, right? And it's gone up to $79. It used to be $50. This used to be lower, either or. And then my total bill I'm looking at to pay probably today is $283 just to keep the website up and running for another year. With the domain. I do this every year. As I'm trying to log into Canada Revenue through their trademark agency. Right? I'm just saying. So that I can, I don't know, I'm trying to register, but it's not letting me register. So I can renew the trademark for 10 years. Just, you know, give it another chance. Right? Community activism at its finest. I'm just saying. When I thought I had to do it, I did a little video on it, And the guy said, oh, no, you don't have to worry about it. And I don't know if it's October or November. I just know I need to get up on it. And now that I'm actually ready to do it, it's going to cost me almost $1,000 there just to do that for 2 separate classes. But that secures the trademark for another 10 years in Canada anyway. I can't register an account. I can't log on. So I don't know. So then they said, well, you can do an email, right? You know, so I sent an email. I forgot my password. I guess maybe I have something already registered from way back in the day with Ann Carlson, because I can't create a new user account with the new password. So I'm like emailing to myself, right? But it's not coming in New Nations Unity. Oh, God. Now I have to do this again. So I'm going to do this again, and then I'm going to send it to this other email where I just found out I have to, you know, fork over $300 just to keep the nonprofit on the map. Yeah. Nonprofits, they're kind of like a sham. In a lot of ways, if you don't, you know, they're good for people that make good money for a write-off, for their little write-offs and their, you know, laundering of money into, what do you call it, areas where, you know, like what Fauci was doing, you know, research and whatever, you know, as long as whoever is listed as a nonprofit, when you're funneling millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars and it becomes a tax write-off for whatever it is that you're taking it from, then it makes sense. But when you're the small fry, trying to go against the grain when it comes to that manufactured poverty, you know, helping the collective to rise above it, oh my God, you're just wasting your time. But I don't know. I got grandkids, and you know, I don't want to go out like a quitter. Okay, sign in. Username required. Yeah, they keep giving me an error. The form could not be submitted because of errors. Okay, so I want an email. Send me an email. Okay, how can I do that? Oh my God. A simple way to secure access Government Canada online services. 1 username, 1 password. Sign up. Okay, I'm going to try this now. Maybe this is the link I was missing. Okay, terms and conditions. All right. I accept. I have no choice but to accept. Create your username. All right, so this part I didn't do. So this is a new one here. So maybe this will get me in. And if it gets me in, then that's what I'm going to work on between now and Monday, is this. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. I'll borrow money to do this, so that we can make our X hats and our G Kids X hats, build on the foundation. So not lose that dream. Okay, so create your username. I did that. Username not available. The form could not submit because 1 error was found. Well, there you go. So what do I do? Okay, so create your username required. Do I put down Mama G? Like, what the hell? Right? Goldilocks? Like, you know, and then I gotta write this shit down so I don't forget, just in case it goes through, right? I don't know if they want a legitimate name or what the hell they want here. Okay, so I changed the name. Let's see if that works. Error. Oh, what the hell? Your username must contain at least 8 characters and be unique to you. When creating your username, we recommend that you make your username easy for you to remember. Well, I write everything down. Okay. Avoid using personal information, such as your name. Okay. Address or email address. Always keep your username secure and not share it with anyone. All right. Okay. Well, see, this is where I'm not very critical. No, I'm not. Gotta be 8 characters, right? Alright, well, let's see if this goes through. Boy, oh boy. For a government website, you'd think they'd want your official names. What do you think? I think so. But I guess not. Just one of those videos. I only have so much time to do these things. Let's see if that goes through. Okay. Create your username. The form could not be submitted because one error was found. Error, username is not available. Oh my God. Okay. Then I draw another line and I have to write like this because I can't see ink from a normal pen that much anymore. I struggle with it. So I don't want to come up with something real stupid here. Oh my God, I'm going to turn this off and we'll do this for a few more times. Hold on a minute. Okay, so I managed to get that done. It's hard for me though, right? These glasses that I'm using, oh, they're like 10 years old. They were made for my eyes. This part here is for fine stuff, right? I used to use this part for, when I used to do a little bit of sewing as my eyes were going. This is, I guess, I don't know. I can kind of read with them, depending at the distance. Anyway, and then it just takes me time. So, okay, so from this page, you can change your password. Okay, I don't want to change my password. I just got set up here. Please select continue to return to the Government of Canada online service. Okay, let's get there. Invalid session. And then because I go slow, because I have to take my time, your sign-in session has timed out. Oh my God. Alright, so I'm going to exit out of that. Let's just see if whatever I just did, if I can sign back in. I verified it. It said it was verified, so they make it so difficult to do this stuff. Yup. They really do. So now I'm going to go back into the old, this is the way I'm going to do it. Now I'm going to go back into the old email that Trademark agent sent me, which I clicked into, tried to register, couldn't. Then I figured out, oh, maybe I wasn't doing it right. Then I've managed, I should have managed to register into the federal government with whatever sign-in that they want me to use. Hold on a minute. Oh, Lordy. Oh, my God. I don't know what I'm doing here. Now that you have logged in with your credentials, we need to link we need to link to a new or existing My Canada business account. I don't think I have that. Account details. If you already have an existing, I don't think so. I don't remember that. So they're not giving me anything to do here. Like, I can't click nothing. Like, I'm stuck on a... Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. And again, I got timed out. Family name. What the hell is this stuff? Okay. What is this? Okay, it says, if you already have an existing My Canada business account, or your account has been mitigated, you may need to... So what? Alright, so... I don't know. They didn't want my name. I had to come up with some funky, stupid name that didn't even make sense. Whatever, I'll just do this and give them my email, because I did my email, so hopefully that it was verified. They've got my phone number. I'm going to push continue. Create new account. You're about to create a new My Canada business account using the email address. Well, isn't that what I just did? I don't know. Trying to recover an existing account. How would you like to proceed? If you already have my something account, trying to recover. What? Okay. Create my account and send me a verification email. I don't know. Am I supposed to click something? I don't know. I don't know what to do, people. And then what happens, because I struggle with the, I'm just going to push that. Link your credentials, verify your email. Please leave the browser session open until your account has been verified. Okay, it looks like I got another email. Verify your email. With what? Create, what is this? There has been a request to create, okay, follow the link below to accept and create your account. Well, I thought I just did that. If you did not make this request, you did so by mistake, or you can safely delete this email. We are here to help. Yeah, sure. Oh my God. This link will expire within 20 minutes. Well, what the heck? So am I creating another account? Incomplete profile. You see, this is how they can screw you around versus actually, helping you, right? So they send me to some place that's incomplete. Like, I don't get it. Like, it is not fair. I tried to log in and it's not now letting me log in after I just figured out how to do something here. So I'm going to have to phone them. If the email is incorrect, you can change your email. Please leave this, okay. verify your email. An email to verify and complete your... yes, that's right. So they already got it. It's been checked because I verified. Please leave this browser session open until your account has been verified. If the email is incorrect, you can change. No, I don't want to change. Having trouble. Didn't receive email. Already verified the email address in a different browser. I didn't receive the email to say it was verified. Please check your spam. Okay. This is why elderly people are falling through the cracks when it comes time to do their paperwork and all this crap. Because, you know, they make this stuff difficult. Not everybody is computer savvy. This is the second time I've looked into my spam, as if a government agency email would go into your spam, but I guess sometimes it does, which is not right. Right? I don't know. I don't know if I have. It says I'm done. Like, it says I've been verified, so I don't know what's going on here. I really don't. Like, I really, really don't. I did everything they wanted me to do. Already verified the email address in a different browser. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. I already verified it. They gave me an access code. Please leave this browser. Okay. Link your credentials. Well, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to, oh wait. If you already verified the email address in your different browser, you can continue. Okay. See how long it takes me to see things sometimes? Alright. You are already logged in. Okay. So now I'm logged in. You can sign in again or continue with your other browser window. What other browser window? I got more than one open. That must be it. I must got more than one open. Sign in or other browser window. Okay, there. This one's saying incomplete. Search Canada revenue. Will it take me to a revenue page? Okay, go to trademarks. I guess. Right? Search it. I'm supposed to be logged in. That's what it says. So we'll see. Doing this for my grandkids. Let's see what comes up. Search results. Canada engaged with United States. For agents, trademarks, Canadian Intellectual Property Office. I guess I go there. Okay. It's information. It doesn't provide you a link to services, release notes, Canada Intellectual Property Strategy. I'm not trying to read that kind of stuff. Legislative and regulatory amendments. No, I want a link where I can just re-register. Basic search, advanced search. Like, what the heck? goods and services, Trademark Act. Okay. Departments and agencies. Let's see, maybe I can get something there. Okay, so I don't know, Canada School Public Service. Yeah, no, this is not working. That's taking me somewhere else. That's just a big long list of things in chronological order. And you go right back to Trademark. Do they even have Trademark here? They don't even have it. What the hell? It's not even listed there, so got off the beaten path. This is pathetic, man. I don't know. Okay, well, it was there all along, but again, I opened up the wrong browser, but now that I have a browser that shows me I have my Canada business account now, that's good. At least I got that far with it, right? Let's see. If you are already logged in, you can sign in again or continue with your other browser. Okay, so we'll just leave that there for a second. This one here we'll get rid of because they all start to look the same to me up there. And then this one is my account. Okay, so all right, now what do I do? Now that I have that, what do I do? I don't even know what I'm looking at. Update your contact information. View the services that you have accessed. Nothing really. Oh, Trademark. Trademark e-registration and e-renewal. Okay, go to application. Yay! See, right? You know, perseverance pays off, right? You know, patience is a virtue. Like, come on, man. And if you notice, I'm just stumbling into this. It's not like I'm walking in with wide eyes open or no, I'm just like bumping into things like, oh, well, there it is. Oh, it's on that page. Oh, well, I think I just screwed up. Oh, well, maybe I didn't. Like, come on, people. So, okay, go to application because I just, if I can do this today, people, I think I'm just going to cut to the chase and do it. I might have to get Mark Kane to come up and help because I'm logging out. I'm timing out, right? Okay, so, yeah, the system has detected that your profile, has missing information. In order to proceed any further, go to Access My Profile and complete the missing information. Important. Once the missing information has been updated, you need to sign out and sign in again. Okay. All right. Just breathe. You know, you can always go get a lawyer, a trademark lawyer, and pay them their whatever they want, and they can do it for you, right? I mean, seriously, like, that's how messed up things are. Okay, so the profile. So what's the problem? Like, what do they want? What do they want? Update. I'm supposed to update? So I guess I'll come back. So I guess I have to look and see. Hold on. Talk about being crooked, man. I swear these banks are competing with each other. Yeah. They want to, I don't know. So anyway, I don't know what the heck I've done here, but I created 3 new accounts. And like, I don't know about, I've never done like online banking and all that stuff, yada-yada, right? You know, so what I tried to do is I'm not sure what I've done. I opened up 2 separate accounts with Revenue Canada. And then I had to interact banking with my bank to verify who I was because I don't have a cell phone. So I chose the Interact thing. And it looked like it went through, right? So, but I had to register for online banking with that bank. And then plug it in with the Revenue Canada to verify whatever, for whatever I signed up for, which I think are 2 separate accounts. Because I got different passwords and stuff here. So that's three different things that I signed up to just so that I can re-register the trademark name. Okay. And then, because I'm on my other email, I turned it on, like I brought it up, right, and now Bank of Montreal wants me to sign up for online banking, because I'm being monitored on the computer, because I just did that with the other bank, but I'm not signing it up to online banking. I don't want to, right? If I don't have to, I don't. I like my paper bank statements, As a matter of fact, now that I just did what I did, I'm wondering if I'm going to get my paper bank statements, because every now and then they stop sending me my bank statements, and of these banks, and I have to call them up. No, that's not what I signed up for. I want you to, send me my bank statements. And I think if you get too involved with online banking, that can become a problem. Okay, so now I think I kind of know what I'm doing here. I'm not too sure, though. Like, I'm really not. I don't know. So we're going to start. I have to log out, see if everything is good, see if I can log back in, see where I'm logging into, and then see if I can get to where I want to go, and maybe I can just deal with it today. That's what I'm hoping for. Okay, so I'm not the only person on the internet or on YouTube that says, "Holy cow!" or "Holy crumb." Wait till I hear the crumb. Okay, so now I exit out everything, because I did read there at some point, after I did whatever I was supposed to do, I was supposed to exit out. Now I'm going to go back to the first browser, the first account that I set up, so that I can log in to Revenue Canada, so I can work on re-registering the trademark for another 10 years. That's the whole point of this exercise, people, so that I can buy the nonprofit 10 more years of an opportunity to do what I designed it to do, and to bring people together for all the right reasons, as well as whatever else is connected around that idea. Okay, so we're going to start this again. All right, so I'm going to log in. I should be able to log in now. I don't think I have a problem now. I verified with one of my accounts, banking accounts. I opened up a different account I opened up 2 different accounts with Revenue Canada. Can't quite understand exactly at this point what I opened up outside of what I think I might understand, only because I've never done it before, right? So, and they got me using numbers and letters and characters and that kind of stuff for just a simple, I suppose, if you want to call it that, username, because the initial usernames that I tried to put in didn't work. So anyway, all right, I've been sitting here for a couple of hours, and I'm using these glasses, which are like well over oh god, they're probably like 15 years old, but I can kind of flip between the computer and what I've been writing. You know what I mean. Right, so, okay, so, what's the username? Oh my god, I don't even have a freaking password written down here. How is that even possible? Oh my god. Oh my god, what's the bloody password? I don't even have a password here. Oh my god, is that the password? Oh my god. I don't think I have a password here, people. I think that's my username. I'm gonna have a freaking nervous breakdown. Like, seriously. I don't know what the hell my password is. Oh, this sucks. This sucks. This stupidly sucks. This is stupid. Or maybe these are somehow connected together. I don't freaking know. So I'm just going to say forgot my password. I'm just going to say I forgot my password because I don't even know what the hell my password is. Oh, this is stupid. Please select continue. Enter the email address. Oh my God. Oh, and here I thought I was doing so good. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Okay, continue. Let's see if I get an email. Where's my email? Oh my Lord. Your username will be emailed to you. Continue. Why are they saying username? Can you believe this? No, it doesn't look like I got no email. Oh, what's this? Here we go. Okay, we got something. Username. Yeah, I did that. If you did not make this change or believe, okay, so your username is, yeah, that's what I typed in, but I don't have a password here. So how the hell am I supposed to sign in? I'm asking for a pass. Please do not reply to it. Okay, so what's the password? Oh my God, this is so stupid. So stupid. Okay, so yeah, we already know that. Okay, so you have been gone for a while. No, I haven't. And then they put that pressure on you. Oh, maybe that's a different browser. Okay, so we'll just go okay. Now I got exit out of something else here. Okay, so go back to where I was. All right. Sign in. Well, I don't know what to do. I already did that. I know my username, but I don't have a password for this. Whether I didn't write it down, but I'm going to use the password maybe for the other thing. Okay, so where am I? Try this again. Username. Oh my Lord. Do you see how long it takes me to do this and then this shit times out yet? Yeah, that's what happens. Because I have to, take my time with it, right? My eyes are always, gooning in here. Okay, so we got that. The password. Sign up. I already did that. So what? Do I use this password? Let's try this password. Let's see if this password works. For the other second account that I had to hook up into. Okay, so we'll do that. Because I don't know what else to do. This is crazy. A lot of this stuff is designed for oh wait, hold on a minute. I pushed the username, so I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna push forgot your password. Let's see what the password is. Let's see what happens. And then I don't always see things, right? Because, you know, right? I don't see level, right? There's always a little bit of a, I don't know, blind spot. Taking too long. Now I'm waiting for it. Nothing here. Oh my God. And then sometimes they run emails together, right? Okay. Yeah, it's not even sending me. It's not even sending me anything. Like, what the hell? Now I'm not getting anything. Okay. Forgot your password. Well, I guess it would help if I... Oh my God. Enter username required. Oh, okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. Nah, I'm flipping pages around in here. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Lordy, lordy, lordy. What do you think? Lordy, lordy, lordy. And then I'll time out. I have to start all over again. And they'll be like, what the heck is wrong with this girl? She doesn't know what she's doing. I don't. No. Okay, so password. Okay, so continue. Alright, let's see what happens. Before you continue, enter your confirmation code. Okay, now I'm going to get a confirmation code. Let's see if it comes in. Okay, so yeah, it looks like something came in. And so now I have to do this. Where's my confirmation code? Right there. Okay. And of course my mouse flies around everywhere. And because I don't see as well as I'd like to see, you know how that little pointer disappears into things? Well, I have that issue too. Alright, so that's done. Now they want now they want me to answer my recovery questions, which I have to write down. I can do this. Recovery questions. Okay, so I guess I have to type in the answer. So and we gotta work fast with a mouse that likes to run around town like it's going on crazy. Oh my Lord. Okay, maybe I never did get a password in there. Okay. Select to continue. Alright. That should be fine. Date modified. Okay, so push continue. Now what? Okay. So now I get to do a password. It's asking me for a password, so So that is the username. This is the password. And of course I used good paper for this that I'm wasting. But whatever. All right. So a new password required. I don't even think I had one. And then of course, you know, they mandatory create. Okay. So confirm password. 8, I just whatever, and what else? Does not contain 3 consecutive. Yeah, I did that shit, so I don't know. Valid characters, lowercase, uppercase, and digits. Passwords match. So does not contain 3 consecutive characters from username. Yeah, no, I did that, but for whatever reason, well, maybe I did write it down, and I don't know. I put it on something else. I put it on an envelope. Oh my God, that was probably it right there. Da, 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 da. Yeah, that was it right there. I think so. I think that's what happened there. That was the password. Wow. Silly me. Okay, so let's do this again. And I don't like to use suggested because they're a million numbers long. And I'm already struggling with this stuff. So let's do this. 1, 2, hold on a minute. Oh my God, it just doesn't stop. Now they've got me with, so I got in. All right, I think I know what I did wrong here. Yeah, I think I know what I did wrong here. That was my password for that, but I forgot to take it from here and put it over there. But I got a new password, which is written right there. So that should work. But now, I already verified it once, but now they want me to verify myself again. Okay, as if I can do this. All right, one of the applications you have access to requires you to have two-step verification. Two-step verification helps protect your account from, okay, all right. Keep your account protected by choosing one of these methods. Authenticator application. It says recommended. Call or text message. Email message. I'm going to go with the email. I think that would be the easiest. For me, anyway. Email message. The email on your account is already verified, so you only need to consent to receiving an email every time to sign in to your services. Okay, well that's reasonable. Confirm and sign in. My Canada business account. Okay. Huh. So am I two-step verified now or not? I don't know. Profile is saying update again. View resources, update. I don't know. I should be fine. Okay, so now that I've done all that, I just want to renew my trademark. That's all I'm trying to do here, people. So do I have to update again, or do I get another email? Maybe I get another email or something here. I don't know. Doesn't look like it. I just agreed to them to let me know when I sign in again, I suppose. Okay. Hold on a minute. Alright, so I went back to the original link where it should take me where I can just start plugging in for the registration, but now it's coming in incomplete profile. And I've done what they've wanted me to do as far as I can tell. The system has detected that your profile has missed information. In order to proceed any further, go to Access My Profile and complete the missing information. Important. Once the missing has been updated, you need to sign out. Okay, well maybe because I did the password, right? Maybe I need to sign out and re-sign back in. That could be it. Because as far as I can tell, security, update toots, I already provided that to happen. I already did that. I agreed. Activity, view my recent activity, email, okay. There, it's there. It's already okay. Unverified. Call or text. Default. Enable. So what they want me, okay, so what do they want me to do here? Maybe I need to do this one too. So, unverified. Email message. Let's set up the phone. Well, if it's a cell phone, what phone number? Okay, well, will they give me, okay, it's there. What phone number do you want to use? Only Canadian number capable of receiving text messages. No. See, I don't have that. No. No. Phone call. Phone call. It has to be a phone call. What phone number do you want to use? Only Canadian numbers capable of receiving text messages. No. This will not update your profile. Phone number. I consent to receiving messages. No, I don't, because no, that's not what I want to do. I can't do that. I don't have a cell phone. This is where I feel like these guys, they try and force you into whoever guys. Doesn't matter what guy. And it says I'm verified, so how about I log out, sign out, and see if I can sign back in. Let's try that. Okay, so I'm logged out. I'm going to refresh the browser. As a matter of fact, I'm going to exit out of that browser. Exit out of this browser. Exit out of this browser. Okay, and then I'm going to come back in. I'm going to try it again. I'm going to sign in with my new password. Oh, lordy, lordy. It says trademark registration and renewal services. That's what I'm trying to get into. So far, it's like going on 3 hours doing this. Incomplete profile. Here we go again. They got everything listed down normal, the way it's supposed to be in terms of my postcode, Canadian resident, address, name, right? The only thing I can think of is maybe the ROAD versus RD. Maybe it's the ROAD is the problem. Who knows? Like, this is pathetic. Road is road, right? I don't think it okay. So important. Once the missing information has been updated, you need to sign out and sign in again. Okay? Am I signed in or am I signed out? I don't even know. Access my profile. Sign out. I'm going to sign out. Sign out. Exit out. Okay. As far as I can tell, I exit out. I'm exiting out of the browser. Now I'm going to go back into the email and click on the link that this guy provided for me so that I should be able to do what I need to do online without having to pay for a lawyer, that is. Right? In the United States, they wanted me to pay for a lawyer. By the time I was done paying for a lawyer and, you know, doing the classes within the trademark in the USA, it was going to cost me almost $4,000. So I let it slide. I didn't pursue it. This one I'd like to just keep going just because. You know, I just, okay, so here we go. We're going to sign now in. So we're coming back in fresh. So hold on a minute. Okay, so, I don't know. I ended up going into that second thing where I have a different username that's directly related to the Canadian intellectual property, something to do with trademarks. But it's still missing information, even though I verified through two-step that it was me that did this. Like stupid, right? Okay, so I'm not sure what I'm doing here now. Outside of, I didn't mess with that again. I'm going to just see if I can tap into my trademark crap. Search patents, search trademarks. I don't know. Search criteria. Search, find, translation. Enter search criteria. Select search files. I don't know. That's not what I'm trying to do. Additional search options. I might have to have, I think I'm going to have to call. It's so hard to get a hold of them on the phone. So hard. My Lord. This is not right. I don't know what to do. I'm just going to go back. Can I go back? No, I can't go back. Where am I? On what page? I don't know. Exit out of that. Exit out of that. Sign on using... Okay, no, not that. Because it comes in with incomplete profile. Privacy notice. It just keeps doing that. And this is with the Canadian intellectual property, whatever, which has a different username, because I said I had to do one, then I had to do another, and then I had to do the bank. So I don't know where the incomplete information, important, once the missing information has been updated. I don't know what the missing information is, because I've already done it. Access my profile. Signed in as. Okay, so we go to my profile. What is it asking me to do? It's the website that's not updating. It's the website that's not updating. Trademark, e-registration, and okay, I already did that. This online application allows for the payment of trademark registration, renewals, and okay, so go to application. Maybe that's what I need to do. Yeah, the system has detected that your profile is missing. Like this is how they kick you out of the race. Not that you could win the race anyway, because you can't. Not unless you got big dollars, and you know a whole lot of people that can do a whole lot of sometimes bad things in order for you to get ahead in life. Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to go back to access my profile. How do they expect you to pay for these things if you can't even establish? And I'm verified. It's got the check. I even did the two-step verification. They sent me a code. I plugged it in, and then they did this. So what's the problem? Go back to update? Do I have to maybe, shut down the computer? Your identity is verified. Some of the following information is verified and cannot be updated unless you verify it again. Personal information. So what? Try to verify it again? Is that what I got to do? Like, what the hell? Sign in with your bank account using whatever. So now okay, so choose a verification option. I already did that. So do I have to do that again? Is that what the problem is? That's how you verify? Make sure I choose the right one, because we already did this. Hold on a minute. Alright, so now I'm that computer geek where I have to maybe troubleshoot. right? In terms of the browser, the operating system, you know, that kind of stuff. Now, I know there was a couple of times I was supposed to accept cookies. I don't remember where it was. I just exited out of that. So maybe that's the problem. Maybe because I didn't accept the cookies. I'm just saying, you know, like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, none of this is making any kind of freaking sense here. I mean, I'm not very good at troubleshooting. I'm really not. So, I mean, as far as you know, okay, I'm going to try this one more time. I've been doing this since the kids were sleeping, and it's like going on 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Service interruption. Trademark e-registration and e-renewal, online help, problem report, service interruption, all e-commerce applications due to maintenance activities. All e-commerce applications are unavailable on Saturday. Today's Saturday. From 4:55 p.m., but it's not that yet, until something and Sunday from blah. We apologize. Notice. Service interruption, multiple applications, and then it goes on from the 26th until the 28th. So what's Monday and Tuesday? The 22nd and the 23rd. So I guess it's down for the weekend. I didn't see that part. I seen the 28th, the 26th to the 28th. I did see that. Service interruption, unplanned closure of, okay, well, the office itself is closed, but that's from the 19th. But that said the 19th. I didn't see that other one. So maybe that's what the problem is. Maybe it's not me and what I did. Unavailable. Service interruption. All e-commerce applications due to maintenance. We apologize for any inconvenience. Due to maintenance activities, all e-commerce applications are unavailable from Sunday, 6 p.m. until Monday, 4 a.m. Eastern Time. So I'll phone them Tuesday morning, maybe around that time, as long as there's not a lot of drama going on in here. Yeah, because, and yeah, see if I can talk to somebody directly. Yeah. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm going to do. Okay, so now I guess I'm going to have to pay for the website and the domain, because the nonprofit is hanging on a thread. Nothing new under the sun when it comes to that in British Columbia, Canada. I'm just saying. Alright. Oh, I so wanted to be cynical. If I would have been a crook, on your CC statement, it will say SQWSH. If I would have been a crook, maybe things would have been different. For some reason, I can't seem to tap into my invoice here. I don't know why. Oh, maybe I need to type it. I don't think I can type it there. No. Can't seem to do anything right now. I don't know what the heck that is. Last year it was $204, because I can see here, right? For the website, but I didn't pay the domain name because it goes every 2 years. So this year I have to pay the domain name. So on average, I pay about $200 a year for that website. Do you think I can find anybody to help me to build on it? No. This guy that was supposed to come by and work today, he phoned me. He said that he got another job today, all of a sudden out of the blue, for some person that he knows that's paying him $30 an hour. And he got a 6-hour job. And he had to choose that one because that was more money. And he'll pop in tomorrow to pull the Morning Glory for $50 for 3 hours. And in the back of my mind, I said, like, don't worry about it. Like, it's not no emergency to be pulling freaking Morning Glory, as if I was going to try and go outside and work while he was doing that, just to, and then touch base on this, and this. But the problem with when you're having to deal with this kind of crap that I've been dealing with for years and years and years and years and years and years, doesn't matter if the people are homeless, with or without skills, because I've had both on the property working, doing little things here and there or whatever it is, because that's the only way I could get that done, outside of maybe doing it myself. And some of the things that were done, I just couldn't have done, like when Jerry, put the roof on the greenhouse and that kind of stuff, and worked on the shed and framed it to code, and there's just certain things I can't do, right? Or whatever. They always want more money. They expect me to pay them like they're on a construction site and they're like in the union, these guys, right? And I'm like, okay, whatever, if you got time tomorrow, great. If not, I'll see you soon. And then we'll just take it one day at a time, right? Because it's not like I'm looking forward to forking out another $200 to $500 for outside stupid shit that probably won't last very long, because the whole porch is rotten. All of it. It should be, I don't know. I don't even know if he's capable, honestly, of fixing these stairs. And even if he does fix them, I think it's a little more complicated than what he's thinking at this point. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe we could get another, it's like that freaking fence out there. Maybe we can extend the life of the stairs for a couple of 2, 3, maybe 4 years if we're lucky. Because it's not just the slats. It's the frame too, is what they go on, your main beams, and then the slats, right? I mean, it depends. Depends how rotten the wood is. Andre, please. And, again, like, I'll approach my landlady on it, and, why did you do that? Well, I don't know. I needed to fix the stairs to have the gurney go down the stairs, because the social workers are convinced that there's going to be a fire in the house, and we need to rush everybody out if they're not being injured or having this or whatever, where they got to be taken out in a freaking gurney. How could I have broken stairs? Right? Like, come on. Shut up! Oh, well, I would have had my guy come and do it all fresh. Yeah, okay, sure. Every time you come, you look, you ignore. That's a lie. That's a straight up freaking lie. Well, she didn't say that. She wasn't lying to me because she never said it, but that's what happens. You just ignore it, ignore the porch. You don't live outside. Who cares if it's rotting and falling apart, leaking on everything? Right? You're not supposed to have things. Don't use the stairs. That's their solution. Don't use the stairs. Will you be quiet? Please. I've been on the internet here with Revenue Canada for the last 7 hours. Got nowhere with it. And now, that's like $900 there if I can manage to re-register the trademark for 10 years, right? And I'm looking at another $300 here, right? So that's $1,200. Poof, gone, right? Probably have to borrow money for that, as I'm paying some dude anywhere from $200 to $500 or more, depending on whatever, well, I'm probably going to get chewed out by my landlady for having him fix the stairs or whatever. She won't pay for the porch because as far as they're concerned, I don't live on it. Like in it. I don't live in the porch like you live in the house. So therefore, who cares about what goes on out there, right? You know what I'm saying? Including the stairs and the gutters, all the gutters, like whatever, right? But I have to, you know, it's hard. I can't see, you know, it's gonna, and I go, all my wood was taken from me. So now I'm looking at maybe having to pay a couple, $200-300 for wood here, there, and everywhere. As I say, well, this needs to be done, that needs to be, can we do this? And then he's going to want $30 an hour because now he's working with wood versus pulling Morning Glory. You know, I've dealt with guys like that. They fucking gaslight you. I went simply over to James' house. I already talked to James about finding somebody. I went over, I said, look, I got the social workers ragging my ass, but, you know, I still need somebody to come and pull Morning Glory. He goes, oh, yeah. And the guy heard that, right? And I said, you know, like, if there's somebody now, right? He goes, I will. Okay, well, then let's do it. So we come over, then he doesn't want to do it. He wants to do it today. He tells me he wants to do piecework. I'm telling him, no, what I want is for you just to start with the Morning Glory in the back for $50. Okay, I'm a poor woman, people. I'm still paying my landlord for that fiasco with the bin, right? I still owe her like $500 with that stupid shit. That was $21.50. I've got my son freaking hounding me for a mouse guy that apparently didn't foam up the freaking windows. So I need the freaking phone number back, and I'm going to phone them and I'm going to tell them the only reason I agreed to use your company was because you told me that you were going to foam up the windows so that the mice couldn't crawl through. And when I went in the back and I stuck my fingers in there, my fingers went in there. So obviously your guys didn't do what you said they were going to do, so they need to come back and do it or come and reimburse our money back because I'm paying for that. Okay, as I'm still losing my shit, gonna be throwing out more shit from the porch after it just got ruined. It's been ruined, right? You know what I'm saying? Putting my food outside, for crying out loud. I got my soup in the freaking garage with the Mari's drinks. That's outside, right? Right? My hydro's going up, and we don't use very much hydro up here because it's not being used by us, it's being used by them downstairs. I'm going to have to argue with my son to pay that extra hydro before the hydro goes up in the wintertime, not including the freaking gas bill by $300, because it's going to go up to $400 a month for like 4 months, 5 months, depending or whatever, because I keep it warm for Amari. You know, there's my surplus. That's my grocery money. Or whatever. Expendable. It's not even expendable because that money should be going on bills or Andre's teeth or anything else. That's right? Right? And I'm taking on another expense with this guy. And I feel like, you know, because I've worked enough with I've worked with enough guys on this property for the last 14 freaking years to know how they gaslight me. I guess that's the only way I can say it. Well, I'm a framer. I know what I'm doing, and, you know, it should be $25 an hour. Well, I don't have it. If you're an official certified framer, then yeah, maybe $15 an hour, right? I prefer to pay $10 an hour because I'm just a poor woman. But if you can prove to me that you know how to freaking frame and you know what you're doing, then yeah, I'll do 15. Well, that's not good enough. Well, then fuck off. Like, fuck off, man. Like, seriously. And then I end up doing it by myself. But I can't see that. I can cut 2x4s, but I can't cut plywood. Not that I have any plywood left because they ran off with my freaking weather-worn plywood and anything else that was quote-unquote weather-worn. They stole it. They used it for their rotten fences. They didn't throw it out. There was quite a few years when you're straight up plywood, Takes a long time to rot out plywood. It really does. Presto wood, that's a waste of time. Don't even waste your time with that crap. You know. I'm like, calm down. Like, you know, if he gets funky on me, it starts pressuring me to give him more money. You know, he's not happy with whatever I can give him, then cut him fucking loose. Like that's the way it's gonna roll, because there's enough people that go in and out of that place over there, you know, because he didn't even give me a chance to talk to Jim. Oh, I'll do it. I said, oh, okay. Well, when do you want to start? Well, when do you want me to start? I said, well, if you want, you can do it now. Yeah, let's go see. Then he comes and, oh, well, tomorrow would be a better day. Oh, okay, no problem. Can I get like $5 off of you for this and that? And I ended up giving him a 20. And he checking me out with James. Oh, James, is she good for the money? Yeah, she's good for the money. So you took my money. You said you were going to come back. You didn't. And then you call me up and then you gaslight me because the guy you're working for today is $30. Because clearly you're not happy with what I'm giving you just to pull freaking Morning Glory. Right? And I said I want 3 hours. That works out to be a little over $15 an hour. For Morning Glory? That's stupid. Okay? But whatever. I'll do that. Start with that and then we'll see. But if he starts over trying to charge me and shit, I don't have the money, people. I really don't. I don't even have the money to pay him to pull. It's too hard. Andre tries. It's like he can only do it as, you know, he's young, right? He can only do so much at one time, like, you know, like, and he doesn't do a good job. That's the problem, right? Because, you know, he's a teenager and he doesn't care about stuff like that, right? Where I'm hoping this guy will actually, you know, care. Right? So, I don't know. I don't know what to think. Okay, so I guess I'm supposed to be looking at my statement. Maybe that's why I can't find what I'm looking for here. Because I'm looking for a statement, and I don't have the statement. So I need, because there's something I'm looking for, and I can't freaking find the statement. So go back and try and, oh my God, I'm just burning out my brain here. Okay, so let's bring up the statement again. So that's the statement. That's the invoice number. I should plug in a number and my name and address, like the nonprofit name and address, everything should come up. So like, you know, I'm having panic attacks now. Right? And I'm like, well, why the hell are you working on this nonprofit? You're right back to square one, working with a bunch of people that have no money, have families to raise, scrambling around, right? You know, whatever. And before they'd help you with the charity aspect of nonprofit, yada yada, they would expect for you to come in and help them. Yeah, help them. But I gotta keep an open mind. I just have to keep an open mind. Don't broad sweep. I mean, I already know I'm probably wasting my time by keeping this nonprofit alive. I'm already probably wasting my time by you know, whether I can do it or not remains to be seen yet. Because honestly, I don't know if I want to start factoring in freaking lawyer fees. As if I want to do lawyer fees. Yeah, okay. Just tack on another $400 or $500 for something that will just be blown around in the wind. Sure, I don't think so. So I got the invoice number. I don't know what they've got here. I can't see what they're wanting me to look at in here. I can't even freaking find it, man. So yeah, I'm wondering if he's setting me up for, well, you got to give me more money. I'm a professional. I know how to do this and I know how to do that. And then if I don't pay him what he wants, then I become a cheapskate. Then I become a cheapskate, and then everybody's talking about, oh, she don't want to pay enough money. She expects people to work for nothing. Right? As the city of Surrey is circling. Yeah, okay. Right? Oh my God. Ah, it's terrible. Can't win for nothing. Can't win for nothing. Okay, so I'm gonna just try and cut to the chase and pay this $300 for this thing. Oh, I better double check the price. I better double check the price here. 300 and what was it? 200 and what? How much was this to keep the website up and running for another 2 more years? Well, no. The website only runs for a year. The trademark, the domain name runs for 2 years. $283. That's a bill payment. That's the money I have to give to my landlord. That's half of the money that I have to give to my son as I pay extra hydro. I'll tell ya. Okay, so $283 on my credit card for the website and the domain name for 2 years. For what purpose? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Right? I'm just saying. I mean, there's worse things I could be doing in my life than what I'm doing right now. Right? I think Andre deserves a chance to learn what it means to be charitable before he never learns it in terms of, I don't know, it's not like the good old days anymore. It's more like get your tunic on, go grab yourself a electrical wire hanging from a pole and go swing like a Tarzan and be free and happy as you own nothing and have nothing. And chances are you'll probably be homeless as well. That's why you're swinging off of power lines. With the energy weapons picking everybody off. Ping, ping, ping. Okay, I'm not going to get upset here. No. I'm not going to get upset. I'm not paying for a park. I already talked to Riley about that. If these people across the street don't step up to the plate, seriously. And what is that called? Start participating as members with that members do once a year type of thing so that we can build on program development. Whether we put some of that money towards a park event in the summertime or not remains to be seen. I already told Riley I'm not dipping into nothing to be paying for no park event. I said, do you want to do that like the good old days? Because I paid the majority. He would throw in $100 or $200, but by the time I was done paying her for everything, it was like $1,000 when I used to do park events. That's the park insurance and yada yada yada. You know, I bought the equipment, the tables, the canopies, and I lost so many tables when everything started to shut down just because of the bullshit that was going on with Andre and Sierra, and Uncle John went missing, and oh my God. Yeah, because I gave him to Riley, and then he lost him in the fray. He might have 1 or 2 left now, but there was other things I, put in storage, right? I got the 2 canopies, and now I think he's going to have to come pick them up, store them at his house, and chances of me seeing them again will probably never happen. So that's another $250 gone that I paid for, belongs to me, right? I didn't claim those on the nonprofit in terms of the operations of all those years and just, you know, doing the, just whatever. It's like, I'm not going to get mad. I'm not going to get mad. Okay, so the website's paid for. The domain name is paid for 2 months. I'm sorry, for 2 years. I'm working on renewing the trademark. Whether I get it done in time remains to be seen. Whether I can log in or not remains to be seen. And we'll see what happens with the yard, because if the guy starts to try and gaslight me into giving him more money because it is what it is, I'm just going to look at every other guy that came in here and tried to take advantage of the situation. And many times I paid for nothing. I had to get out of here. You're wasting my time. You wasted my money. You didn't do as I asked. You made a mess. You made it worse for me. So go away. Alright, if this dude wants to start up with that crap, then yeah, I'll just see if I can find somebody else. And if I can't, well, then I'm going to have to do it by myself. I just don't have a chance to relax or whatever. I don't know. We'll see.